So this is kind of cool, and I wanted to share with you guys. So I've had my tarantulas for about a year now. I think it's been about a year. I've actually never caught them like while they were molting because I mostly leave them alone, you know. I feed them. I think they're cool. I'll look at them every once in a while. It was only recently that I moved their enclosures to my desk so I can keep a closer eye on them. And I knew that both of them are actually close to molting, but I looked today and I just saw that my curly-haired tarantula is laying on her back. This is normal behavior. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous because I haven't ever actually seen her on her back before. But this is the position that they get into when they are going to go into a molt. You can kind of see her legs still moving a little bit. She's not in a death curl or anything. This is just part of the molting process. She's about to shed her skin and probably be even bigger. This is probably the molt where I will actually be putting her in a bigger enclosure after this. We'll see how big she is. I think the molting process usually takes a couple of days. I've noticed when they were in pre-molt, because you can tell usually because they'll be kind of lethargic, moving around, and it'll look like they might have like a bald spot on the top of their bum. But I've never seen them, or on top of their abdomen, but I've never seen them actually on their back like this. So yeah, it's a little stressful to see her like this. I just checked the timestamp for when I first started recording a video of her, and it was about 25 minutes ago now. So she's gotten this much off in 25 minutes since the first part of the video that you guys would have seen. So I would venture to guess that this entire molt will probably be off of her in the next 30 minutes, if not less, I would guess. I'm excited to see her when she rolls back over on her tummy, though, so I can see what she looks like right after molting. As you can see, she is extremely pale and translucent looking. I'm also glad that I caught her because I honestly didn't realize she was even in pre-molt. Although I knew it was going to be coming up soon, because I actually there was still a live cricket in here that I put in yesterday, and I'm glad I saw because I was able to take it out because you don't want them feeding after they molt because they are extremely soft and delicate, and if she were to have a feeding response and try to eat a cricket, she could possibly damage her fangs because her fangs are really soft right now at this point. Like, I would say it's likely that if she tried to bite me, the fangs probably wouldn't even break my skin. Not that she would do that, because, I mean, she's never lunged at me before. I mean, as long as you're careful and you know what you're doing with tarantulas, it's very unlikely that you're going to get bit by this species of tarantula anyways. Not any species. There are definitely some species out there that are known for being extremely hostile, so that doesn't go for all tarantulas, obviously. Oh my gosh, look at her! Or him. I don't know. I've literally never sexed her. Oh my gosh, look at her go! You can do it, baby. I believe in you. Oh, I'm so excited that I caught her doing this for the first time, and I don't know that I've ever seen her like just after she molted. And I only started first taking a video of this probably like, gosh, I don't even know, like maybe 10 minutes ago, and I feel like she's pushed so much of the molt off of her already. This is crazy. So I just looked it up online, and it says that most molts will take anywhere from like 15 minutes to a full day once they're laying on their back. Like, they'll be in pre-molt for, days to even weeks sometimes, but like, I swear, like, barely any time has passed, and I think she's going to kick this entire molt off of her. Like, I might actually get this whole thing on video by the time this process is done. This is, exciting for me. So we'll see how this molt goes, but I might actually look up some YouTube tutorials on how to sex tarantulas, because I know you can do that by using the molt if the molt is in good shape. because I actually don't know what sex she is. It doesn't really matter for me either way. I mean, I have no interest in like breeding tarantulas or anything, but it would be good to know, just because the lifespan of female tarantulas versus male tarantulas is extremely different. Actually, I just looked it up, which apparently I'm doing a lot of right now because there's a lot of information that I had forgotten. Um, Male curly-haired tarantulas actually live 9 to 10 years, which is a pretty decent lifespan because there's a lot of species of male tarantulas out there that have much shorter lifespans than that. But a female would live 20 years. Okay, guys, wait. I just realized I looked at my other enclosure and I realized this is my curly-haired tarantula, not her. So this is actually, uh-oh. Hey, excuse me, where are you going? I am in the middle of a video. You are not permitted to leave, ma'am. So, okay, that makes me a little bit more tense because she is actually extremely skittish. So I'm gonna have to be careful when she flips over on her stomach. Okay, so this one, the males live about, this is Hermione first off, and the males live for 9 to 10 years and the females live up to 20 years. Now this one is actually my pink salmon bird eater, the scientific name being Ciadora Peribona. And the males in this species live 3 to 5 years, whereas the females will live up to 15 years. Neither of these tarantulas are sexed. This is Lilith and this is Hermione. Again, I don't really care either way. The only benefit of knowing would just be for my own curiosity. I mean, if I were to ever choose to sell the tarantulas, I suppose, although I have no interest in doing that. And also just to be aware of how long they may live. So that's really the only reason I would want to know, honestly. I might, since this molt is going to be so fresh, again, I might check to see if I can tell what her sex is. I am so embarrassed that I got them mixed up. It's funny because, like, I swore I put my curly hair tarantula on top, and I didn't. And that's why I assumed it was my curly hair, because I normally put her on top. They stack on top of each other, the enclosures. So I had thought that was my curly hair, but then I looked at my other enclosure and I was like, oh wait, no, because this is my curly hair, and it looks like she is going in pre-molt too. She has some bald spots on her back right here, and they usually go into molt around the same time. So yeah, okay. Look, in my defense, I've never seen them laying on their back, so it was much harder to tell the difference, especially now that they are much closer in size than they used to be. She is almost there, my friends. It has been 40 minutes since I first saw her on her back. So she was probably laying on her back before I found her, actually, too. So I'd venture to guess, I don't know, maybe she's probably laying on her back, if I had to guess, probably like maybe 10 minutes. Like I said, I had just moved their enclosures to my desk, so that's the reason I saw her so quickly. So I probably, since I spend most of my time at my desk at my computer doing work and editing videos and whatnot, I'd venture to guess she wasn't laying on her back too long before I found her. But yeah, she's working it. You go, girl. I'm gonna have to make a trip to pet store tomorrow, actually, to get her a new enclosure, because I have a feeling her leg span, the length of her legs after this, is going to be significantly larger. I actually thought I was going to be rehoming Hermione before I rehomed Lilith, but since she's the first one to molt, I guess when I go out, I'll just be getting probably just 2 new enclosures for them. So they have a little bit more room. Also, just so you know, I know the enclosures will look small, especially to people who are not, familiar with taking care of tarantulas. But for tarantulas, you want their enclosure to be small. It does not need to be very large. Large spaces can actually cause more stress. They'll be more safe, and, enclosed spaces like this, they do tend to dig. My curly hair digs a lot more than she does. She dug a lot when she was smaller, when she was a spiderling, but given that she's I would say a juvenile now, she doesn't do much more digging. However, these curly hair tarantulas, she hasn't done it lately, but every once in a while she will redecorate her entire enclosure. When she was really little, she used to make these huge tunnels She'll probably do that again once I give her more space too, so it's pretty cool. She's really fascinating to watch. The biggest thing you want to make sure with these tarantulas is that you're providing a lot of room for them to dig around and create little homes and holes and ditches and whatever else. But yeah, in general, they really do not need much space at all. If I'm able to sex her and I find out she's a male, instead of Lilith, her name's just gonna be Lucifer, probably. I wasn't really gonna change their names, but I think if I confirm that they're a different sex, I might change their names. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool to have a pet tarantula named Lucifer, so. I gotta say, like, even knowing that she's shedding right now, just seeing her. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, are you grooming yourself? Is that what's happening? So she finally flipped over around the 2 hour mark. I did catch her flipping over and I thought I pressed the record button, but I took a picture instead. So sorry if you really wanted to see her do that. I kind of really did want to catch it on video, but I missed it. Better luck next time. Maybe I will catch it with Hermione, the actual Hermione, since I got them confused in the beginning. But here she is, all curled. Oh, hello. Hi. Oh, hello. Excuse me. I just want to make sure she doesn't kick hairs at me because it looks like she was thinking about it. Um, she's all snuggled. Okay. I'm not going to disturb her or, take the molt out right now. I'm going to probably wait a day before I remove it and then see if I'm able to sex her. Or him. We'll see if I'm able to. I think she's probably, if I had to guess, going to stay kind of curled up like that. She probably feels safe. I'm sure she's aware that she is really vulnerable right now. And like I said earlier, another reason you want to remove crickets after they just molted. I mean, not only can they hurt themselves by trying to eat crickets when their fangs are still so soft, but the crickets can actually, and perhaps other insects as well, I mean, really, they can harm the tarantula itself, because they are so delicate at this stage and, so fragile and so soft. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid back on her and leave her alone. And thanks to everyone for joining me on this journey. Catch you in the next one.